Hi, hello, my name is Kat, and welcome to the coziest corner of the internet. Today we have a really special video because we are partnering with our friends over at Kinder World and Lumi Interactive to bring you a video all about cozy games and their impact on mental well-being. If you haven't heard of the term crowdhealing before, it's a concept created by the Kinder World team to describe the evidence-based practice of collective healing. They coined this term through the descriptions and input of their community and how gaming has brought them closer together and helped improve their individual well-being. In essence, they believe that the more kind people doing kind things that you surround yourself with, the better. The idea is very close to my heart because I've struggled with mental health and well-being for a very long time. And finding the cozy gaming community during the pandemic has really changed my perspective in so many ways. The people I have met through cozy games and the joy I find in playing these types of games has really helped me heal alongside traditional therapy and other practices. This is why today, in collaboration with Kinder World, we want to talk about how cozy games contribute to this idea of crowd healing, how they provide social and emotional enrichment in people's lives, and how they can create a community of like-minded people with shared values. To do this, as I do best, we'll be talking about cozy games that I have found helped me build a community, meet like-minded supportive people, and enrich my everyday life with casual, calming gameplay. Before we do get to the list though, I wanted to briefly talk about Kinder World and the mobile game that they've created for crowd healing. Kinder World is more than just a houseplant game. It's built with evidence-backed self-care activity at its core, designed to improve the mental health and well-being of our growing player community. Nurture your pot plants in the game by nurturing yourself in the real world. Spend just a few minutes a day performing a series of low-intensity, evidence-backed exercises designed to improve your mental well-being. We like to think of Kinder World as a useful tool in your mental well-being toolkit. This game is incredibly relaxing, and it's an amazing thing to kind of wind down with at the end of the day and use as kind of a reflective tool, as they said, as part of your well-being toolkit. Personally, I really struggle to incorporate journaling or reflection into my daily routine, so this has been a really nice addition to kind of ease my way back into journaling in a much more aesthetic and gaming kind of theme to it. The game is free to download, and I'll leave a link down below for you to get it on the Apple or Google Play Store. Anyways, without further ado, let's get to the list. To no one's surprise, Animal Crossing New Horizons is first on the list. A game that took the world by storm early in the pandemic, Animal Crossing New Horizons on Switch really kickstarted the cozy gaming movement online. Although the series has been out for a long time, this new edition was more accessible than ever on the Switch, and coming out at the very beginning of the lockdown brought thousands of new players to the series. Several of my cozy gaming colleagues found gaming through this game, and I'll be forever grateful for the people I've met through this game and its community. When it comes to crowd healing, I think Animal Crossing New Horizons does this in two main ways. First and foremost, it's in its robust online gameplay that means you can easily play and share your creativity with people around the world. During the pandemic, I stayed in touch with my mother, who lives across the world in my home country, through watering each other's flowers daily and sharing resources. The Nintendo Online app meant we could talk safely with each other, visit one another, even though we were 3,000 miles away. Like many others, I held birthdays on Animal Crossing, New Year's Eve celebrations, and even a wedding ceremony. It was truly a very wholesome escape during this awful time in our lives, and I know a lot of us are very thankful. Secondly, while no online community is perfect, and you will find toxicity no matter the game, the Animal Crossing community seemed to thrive during lockdown and has continued to be a staple even after the game has stopped updating. The Animal Crossing community continues to show how creative and collaborative online communities can be, from creating an online stock market to sell the in-game turnips, to Nookazon, where you can find any item in the game and trade with other players. These types of communities have fostered friendships around the world and really brought people together over their favorite video game. It's truly amazing to see how this game impacted the world in these last few years, and I can't wait to see its next iterations and how it will continue to impact the industry and beyond. Next on the list is cozy gaming staple, it's Stardew Valley. Although Stardew Valley might not have the robust online co-op system of Animal Crossing, it has still somehow accomplished a very similar effect with the community it has built. Stardew Valley is a farming simulator that has had a cult following for years, a very avid fan base who have created an entire world around this game. From a very committed modding community to some of the most helpful guide makers of all time, this game has no shortage of helpful and supportive community members. Whilst you can play online, the magic of the game is in sharing your experience with the stories, coming up with fun new challenges, like perfection runs or in speed runs, or continuously finding new ways as a community to improve farming efficiency and money-making hacks. They even recently launched their first ever esports tournament, truly showcasing how Stardew Valley is so much more than just a farming simulator. For me, Stardew Valley really fits into this crowd healing category because it has clearly fostered an incredible community and a supportive group of people. And even though the game can be challenging at times, the calming and story-based gameplay is the perfect thing to reflect with and to even connect with certain characters in the game. There's surely no other game that makes you reflect as much as this next one. It's Spiritfarer. I sometimes call this the gateway indie game for most people, as it's always my first recommendation when someone has played Animal Crossing and Stardew and wants to explore more cozy games. Spiritfarer is a cozy management sim in which you lead spirits to the afterlife through daily tasks and quests. You'll be taken on a journey through their lives, help them with what they need to come to terms with, and eventually help them move on. It's incredibly sad and heartwarming with some of the most impactful dialogue of any game I've ever played. This is probably the first game to ever make me cry, and it still lingers with me to this day. I'd count this within a crowd healing category mainly because of its ability to help you reflect and its unique take on loss and grief. Once you've played, you'll also discover how interesting it is to discuss with others their experience playing the game, the character they felt the most related to, and how they felt playing it. I've had some of my most interesting and emotional conversations about this game and have really loved connecting with people through its themes. The online community, even for such a small indie game, is quite supportive and flourishing online. Although perhaps not on the scale of the other games on this list, it's truly so nice to find other people who enjoy this game, and you'll find lots within the cozy gaming space. An entry game for many people, including myself, the next game on the list is The Sims. The Sims community is by far one of the biggest on this list, from a huge modding community to people who have made careers out of creative builds. This game series has really taken on a life of its own. The Sims 4 has further fostered this community and continues to expand through many initiatives. Unlike the more fan-led community of Animal Crossing, the Sims 4 dev team celebrates its community and the creativity they bring to the game in many interesting ways. Recently, they've announced an official website for modding and have even worked with CC creators in the past by adding their designs to the base game. They are not perfect by any means, but compared to games of a similar scale, I think this community-first attitude has encouraged the creators and players to come together even more. Though The Sims 4 has no online play, the community is still incredibly tight-knit and supports each other in inspiring ways. From collectively pushing for more Black representation in the game, championing the inclusion of pronouns for character creation, and tons of mutual aid campaigns for community members, the community is one of the most supportive in the gaming world. Again, no online community is perfect, but The Sims has really created lasting friendships and fostered creators around the world who now give back, like Little Simsy's $1 million charity stream. Sims 4 has been an escape for so many people, where they can celebrate their true selves and find community in a world that might not always be so welcoming for them. It's truly a showcase in how games can bring people together and lift up their communities collectively. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Let me know down in the comments, what's a game that you're grateful for? What's a game that's helped you find a like-minded community, or maybe even individual enrichment? I want to say a last thank you to Kinder World and Lumia Interactive for collaborating on this video. It was such a joy to make. If you want to know more about crowd healing and the science behind it, I'll leave a link down below to a blog post that explains everything in much more detail. And as per usual, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to hear of more content. I'm really excited to be making more content soon in a different room, the last few videos in this space, so make sure you do subscribe to see where we're moving next. Anyways, that's it for me. I hope you have the coziest day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!